and welcome to Cheap Joe's Art Stuff. My name is Julie, and I'm here to impart some knowledge to you today via a 2-minute art tip. And today's tip is actually a cautionary tale. We're looking out for you, taking care of you, making sure that you know all that there is to know to help you out and become more successful. One of the things is that using a limited palette of color is actually good for you. I know that we're an art supply company and we would love to sell you every color under the sun, but when you're starting out and getting used to painting, it takes actually quite a while to get used to your own palette of colors, and keeping those options kind of on the limited side is actually better because it reduces the amount of variables. And I have a perfect illustration of what I'm talking about. This is a color swatch palette that the guys asked me to do here. This actually has just 12 colors, right? We have them up here. So we have Bumblebee Yellow, Yellow Ochre, Alizarin Crimson, Joe's Red, Quinn Fuchsia, Ultramarine, Cerulean, Cobalt Green, Skips Green, Burnt Umber, Raw Sienna, and a Lamp Black. And this is an American Journey watercolor. As you can see, there are a ton of colors that I have mixed with just 2 color mixes. This isn't even getting into the variable of like mixing 3 of the colors together. So you can see here that with Bumblebee Yellow from up here and Lamp Black here, we make a fascinating green, okay? But then you can take Bumblebee Yellow and let's say some Quinn Fuchsia, and you can make a really fascinating, orange. So there are tons and tons of combinations, and this isn't even getting into like lighter versions of them with washes and all this kind of stuff. These are just like mixes of one takes the lead and the other one takes the back seat, the other one takes the lead and the other one takes the back seat. So playing with the mix back and forth where one is the concentration and the other is the concentration. So think about the thousands of different mixes that you could get just out of these 12 colors. Well, when you're learning, those thousands of selections are overwhelming. They can kind of just override your brain when you're using it. That's why having a color palette full of like 24 different selections means that you have 24 times 24 times washes times mass tone times, then if you wanted to put 3 colors together times another 24, that's thousands and thousands of combinations right there. That's too much. So you need to go ahead and limit your options at first and get used to how these folks play together on the playground. How do they relate to one another? What are the fun things that they do? Maybe one color is a little bit more dominant than the other one. It always kind of takes a little bit less. There are all kinds of fascinating combinations, but it can be overwhelming. So our suggestion to you is when you're starting out and you're just new to this, make sure to limit your palette. Don't go all crazy nutso at the beginning, and just kind of enjoy and savor and play around. Even make yourself one of these color swatch palettes. Maybe make a set of color cards. Oh my gosh, how many times has Julie told you that? Make yourself a set of color cards and get used to all the different fun combinations before you go crazy and like buy everything, which you can get to that later, all right? But just enjoy these and you will find that you are so much more successful and much more confident with what you're doing because you get to know what these little guys will do for you, and you will be a much happier, much more successful painter, and we know you will enjoy.